The silence becomes unbearable.
MASHD and KUTCHER, thank you so much for joining me here in Beyond the White Room. How are you guys?
No worries. I was going to say, you look like you're almost still in the white room, almost. You're in a white room.
It's funny when the light is shining aggressively in here and I'm doing these chats, it seriously does look like I'm in the white room. That's why I took my jumper off. I was like, oh, it's too PTSD. Hey, look, I hear a bit of chat through the grapevine about Kieran humbugging you guys to do a white room special or remix his song. Can we confirm that or deny?
We'll yeah, maybe bit of column A, bit of column B. I've actually, he FaceTimed me the other day when he was hanging out with the Magpie Man from TikTok. So he's up to all sorts of wild stuff in Adelaide at the moment. So
yeah, he's definitely he's going hard. No, but honestly, if you do get that song, I really want to use it as my new intro song to Beyond the White Room. So
nice.
yeah, just let me know if that comes out. So you guys both are originally from Brizzy and you met in Brisbane 2013, right? Yeah, no, so you met, and how did it all come to be? I'm really intrigued.
Well, we met through a mutual friend here in Brisbane that I went to high school with, actually. Took a few years, my senior. Yeah, and so I guess from there we kind of met each other, and then almost in, what was it, less than 6 months maybe, we were playing shows. So it was a very unique experience. I think a lot of people traditionally only play, people only form bands with the friends from, high school, for example, or whereas Matt and I, didn't know each other, and then we got stuck in. So it was very interesting, and it was a lot of fun, still is. And uncommon beginnings, I think, for some, musical projects in general, I don't think begin in that particular way.
Yeah, I mean, but also 6 months, that's not normally, you spend years building yourself up with someone. 6 months, what happened? Was there some kind of overnight, success, or was it was it hard? 6 months is a really short time.
It was actually probably even a little bit less maybe, because when we got together, we decided that we wanted to put together a live show. And so the first thing we did was put together a video kind of showcasing that. And then we sent that to an agency and management team who we're still with till this day, which is lucky. And we said, look, this is what we want to do on stage. And they pretty much said, well, put up or shut up. And they said, if you can come and show us on a live stage that you can do what you did in that video, then we'll take you on. So they did, and we did. And yeah, we had a calendar of shows very quickly. So we started touring and playing shows around Australia really quickly.
Touring is on hold, but you did go up to Darwin. You went to my hometown. You went to my second bedroom, basically, Monsoons. How was it all?
I mean, it was sweaty and it was loud and it was boisterous and it was alcohol and it was party and it was all those things.
It was like nothing had changed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we'd had footage of the last time we played there, I can't remember when it was, maybe 8 to 12 months ago. And then if you took it, honestly, it would have looked the same thing. It was just nothing had changed. It's great.
Yeah, it's insane. I keep seeing all this, all the footage that they're putting up online. And firstly, I'm like, okay, I've got the biggest FOMO ever. But I'm like, I feel like every single person in Australia at the moment is going up to Darwin just to party. I don't actually think it's ever been that good the whole time that I've even lived there. But it's insane. There was someone, I forgot, who is it? Will Sparks was playing this weekend in Darwin, and same thing. The footage is ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, before we played the show, I asked the promoter, I said, just so we know when we're talking to the crowd, how long have they been doing this for? And she said that the clubs have been open, allegedly, from full capacity for the last 3 months or so. And they're just wild.
Yeah, it's crazy because at the start when like the whole corona thing happened, we had to, because in Darwin or Northern Territory even there's so many communities, we had to make sure that like no one got sick, because if one person gets sick and takes it out to a community, like it's wiping out a whole place. So
And
it was really
that's why
strict.
they have been really good with all their hygiene and related things. Going through the airport was quite a process, which obviously was pretty encouraging, to be honest. I would have been worried if it wasn't a process. So
Yeah,
they've done quite well.
all right, so you had a bit of a viral hit here in like ISO, I guess, in lockdown, and it was Dan Andrews' beer speech, or a few speeches. Like, just talk to me about it. I don't really understand.
Yeah, there's a few cut together. Well, I mean, it just came out of sheer boredom because we're both sitting in our homes, literally bored in the house. And I mean, there's nothing else much to do. And at that point, that was pretty early on in COVID. So I don't think either of us had really figured out. I mean, we had a couple of songs we were working on, but there wasn't much else kind of on the agenda. So it was just sitting around bored. And I guess, I don't know, in the media, and I mean, I know for me, for the first couple of months of COVID, literally all I saw was politics and Big Brother. That was all that was on TV. So it was like, well, I'm going to try and make music with something, be it one or both of them. So yeah, I think it's interesting though, because it kind of, I think he just said it off the cuff at one of his talk, like press conferences, and then it kind of stuck. And it's had an interesting little impact. And it's funny because if you Google Get on the Beers now, it just comes up with our name and a song, and it doesn't actually have anything to do with him at all anymore. So it's kind of become its own thing, which is weird.
I'm going to actually just play a clip of it here now.
People simply get on the beers. Get on the beers.
As best we can tell, the dinner party started with one case. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. People simply take this seriously rapidly. Get on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Beers. Get on the beers. Beers. Get on the beers. Beers. China. Beers.
All right, so that was the viral hit. But are you guys working on anything now? I mean, are you going to release anything while you're in lockdown?
Yeah, it's a fair question because, you know, since the dawn of music and shows, it's kind of like you make music and then you play shows to show people that music. So when there's no real shows on at least the immediate horizon, you know, you kind of think, well, we still got to put the music out there. It's you know, not ideal, but you got to do it anyway. So yeah, we've been working on a few things. I think September we've got something. September and October we have things coming, and then
we've got a few we're sort of sitting on, and it's a weird thing because like we've also got a couple of club records, like heavier sort of literal club records that we finished, and like it just seems weird. Do you put them out? Do you not put them out? You know, if people can't go to clubs, then are they going to be into it, or do we hang on to them until clubs are open? Or it's a bit weird.
So moving forward, guys, what's next? And well, I guess even what's now and what's next?
Now and next, we focus on continuing to do what we have started to do, which is actively working together more physically, actively working together more, you know, over Zoom, or even just keeping tabs on each other throughout, you know, day-to-day workings, and which ties into music, which is obviously coming out, you know, 2, maybe 3 records this year, and then
Excuse me.
He's back.
guys, I'm so embarrassed.
You froze in a really funny position. Your face was like squished up, and
Yeah.
So did you guys. Anyway, I was tethering off my phone, and my phone died. So good times. I've been moving house, so that's why I'm tethering.
yeah. So we next piece of music that we have coming out will be a remix for UK artist Joel Corey, which is his current record called Head and Heart, which is out on the 25th of September.
All right, guys. So what's now and what's next?
Well, now I think is more of what we've been doing and continuing to look to improve it and the hours that we are, grinding, as the millennials would say. And in the future, I think, Matt, you tell that better than me, I guess.
What is next? Well, we'll do a couple of live streams. Maybe we'll even play a show before the end of the year. It's totally possible at this point. I don't know. It'd be nice. And yeah, we've got some new music coming out. We're going to have a crack at breaking a Guinness World Record in October. So that'll be fun.
Can you shed light on it, or?
It's DJing related, but it's DJing in a really weird place that I don't think's been done before. So that could be fun.
We're gonna do a 17-week back to back.
No, you're not. You're not. All right. Well, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me here beyond the White Room, and have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you for having us.